Hey guys, Sheep here with more Knights Pen and Paper. We're fighting a bunch of boxes. Sort of like me getting ready for the holidays. It's like, why are there so many boxes in my room? Why am I wrapping things? What's going on here? I'm trying to build these two's MP back up without using Gaia's Blessing, which is why they're doing normal attacks, if you're wondering. And he's just murdering the crap out of everybody because he's awesome. Do a fireball on you. Boxes should be weak to fireballs. I don't care who you are and what you say. If you fire plus box, box loses. I guess I'm being lazy to the point of just clicking now. Okay, shouldn't just click with her. So, does anyone else have mimics as like their most, like that's the one thing you're constantly worried about in any game you're playing? It's like, oh yes, treasure chest. No, it's attacking me, my life. Your entire life. What's in here? You're right of, ooh, I like healing. Or, wow, look, our HP is getting something. Don't bite too fast. Okay, I feel like this was a dead end, so I'm gonna go back to it. Into a room that looks like a well-equipped laboratory. Suddenly, the fires that were heating murky liquids in the petri dishes become alive and assault you. No, you shouldn't use a petri dish to heat up anything. It was just one fire. We're fine. Fireball. I had that moment of, oh no, he might be resistant. And I was like, this is not going to happen in this game. I mean, some things are magically resistant, but I specifically recall these not being. I guess Nightmare? I don't know. I don't even need Double Strike. We're just gonna deal so much damage. Experience and money. Catching your breath after the fight, you hear a faint plea for help. Please help me. Oh, who are you and why are you tied up to a ceiling like that? I've enslaved here for months now, and the only person who can make 92% blue crystal magics, or blue magic crystals. Thank you for releasing me. Okay. Wake up and it seems like a dungeon. The tavern keeper. Oh. Okay, so we accidentally went back up a floor? What? What just happened? I have so much confusion right now. About you. Real talk, I just wanted to check out what that marker was. Do I have to redo all those floors now? Nope. That leads to the next floor, and I already have these done. Oh no, I didn't check that out, did I? Why? Why did I do this to myself? It's an ambush of geese, of course it is. That one's gonna have a nightmare. Hard skin, because your life's about to be difficult. Fireball, double strike. I think we're gonna direly need Gaia's Blessing. I'll pop life drain on everybody. That's not gonna kill that goose. We're gonna cleave these three though, and then I'll do it. Take that. Alright, well since we're on a loop, I'll tell the story of the geese and my grandma. So, there was a lovely little park that we used to go to now and then. And by park, I don't mean like a dog park or something. I mean like, not like a wildlife preservation. Blah, 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 blah. How do I describe this? Oh my gosh, describing things when I'm not fully awake is the worst thing in the world. Not a nature preserve. It was just like a general open, come here and see foresty things and wildlife area. Nailed it. Somebody's gonna reply and be like, do you mean this? And I'm gonna be like, yes. Yes, I did. Please don't die to geese. I'll be so upset. Generation. And Ward. You're not dying today. Leave on those three. Anyway, so Dad was fishing. I was very little, so I was also fishing with Dad. We were fishing for sunnies. I don't think we ended up catching anything. No, we did. I figured something out. I figured out that they were hiding under the dock. Anyway, so we're fishing for sunnies, and my grandma's near us, and she's sort of doing a general I'm going to feed the geese because I love geese thing. Just gonna go ahead and do that. Do I have another mana thing? I'm not gonna give him that. That's HP. Alright, I guess we're gonna roll with this. Anyways, so my grandma brought a bag of almost stale bread, but she considered it stale, to feed to the geese. And, you know, it's a pretty decent, like, size amount of them. And she's having a good time, like, ripping a piece off and throwing it. No, this started with ducks and then goose was later. My bad. So she's feeding ducks, not geese. I'm doing a great job telling this story. Alright, so she's ripping apart bread and she's feeding the ducks. But there's several ducks and they all want bread. So, like, they start getting kind of persistent about it and, like, crowding my grandmother, who gets nervous, so she ends up climbing onto a table. But then she ends up on a table completely surrounded by geese, starting to panic a little because she doesn't see a way out and they're, like, trying to sort of hop up. So finally, when she sees a chance to run for it, my grandma throws her bag of bread, which still had bread and stuff in it, down at the geese, and then just bolted for it as fast as a little old lady can. And she ran over to me and Dad, and she's like, gotta go, time to go! We're like, why? And then we see, like, the ducks kind of tearing at the bag of bread, and she's like, they're gonna get me. So, we go and we get in the car, and we get ready to leave. And she goes, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. So, we stop at the restroom that they had there, because, you know, those are in places sometimes. And we're sitting in our van, Grandma gets out, and she's heading for it, and then Dad notices, like, this goose kind of, like, pop its head up out of the grass, and then it, like, tilted its head down and kind of spread its wings and stuff like that, and Dad's like, oh no, that goose is gonna charge my mother. So, in an effort to help her, he calls out, run! And my grandmother, not knowing what's chasing her, screams and, like, sprints into the bathroom. And Dad and I are sitting there giggling, and, like, the goose kind of disappears. We're like, okay, it lost interest and left. But then she came out of the bathroom. And I guess the goose had, like, charged way past her. We enter a chamber filled with bunk beds. The smell of sleeping monsters is very strong here. Well, we know what they say about bears and waking them up. I sing a little lullaby and close the door slowly. Okay. So she gets out of the bathroom and we see the goose, like, pop its head up again, spread its wings, and start charging. And Dad and I this time both start yelling run because we don't want my grandmother to get attacked by a goose because goose will murder you. A geese will murder you? Sentences. Anyways, so my grandma screams and sprints to the van and she gets in and she locks the doors and she's shaking stuff and she's like, was it a bear? What was it? And Dad was like, it was a goose. And she's like, oh, that's worse! I tell that story so badly. I'm gonna redo this episode. It's not nearly as funny as the time my mom was freaked completely out by a crab. Hold on. You open door to this chamber carefully and sneak in. You hide behind a sturdy village and see the village elder reading a big book. Next to him is Grandpa, tied with silver chains to a stone altar. How can even wizards themselves figure out their own handwriting? Sure is incomprehensible. Huh? Intruders? The elder starts waving his hands and something begins to materialize out of thin air. All of a sudden, the lump in midair transforms into a giant toad. I fight with the air toad. Hi, giant toad. I'm gonna take a sleep. Oh, resist magic. Can't resist. It resists everything. We're doomed. It does not resist nature. I'm wondering if there's another type of magic for it to be weak to then. I don't know. Anyways, so one time we took the whole family down to Key West. And because my dad was still... No, he had retired by then. My dad was retired military, so we can like still go on bases and stuff like that. And the Key West base is pretty popular for sort of people going onto it and just chilling out and having a good time, fishing and all that. So we went there, and we went to the place where people normally fish around there, which... The place where people normally fish is also... How do I explain this? Have you ever seen, like, a ship get sent out to sea, and they got the giant, like, sort of stone walls, but they're actually, like, platform things for, like, people to stand on and stuff like that, and get on the boats and all that, but there's also, like, this huge downward ramp. We were on something like that, so we're standing on stone, but, like, the water's, like... It had to be more than 20 feet down, but I'm a bad judge of distance. Anyways, so super far down below us. So if we caught something, we didn't really see what it was until we, like, got it up past the lip of the stone, unless you were, like, leaning over to look, which why would you? You would risk falling to your death. So we're all fishing, having a good time, and my mom catches something, and she's super duper excited, and she's all adorable about it. She's like, oh my gosh, I got something! And she's reeling it in, she's, you know, bouncing in joy and all excited, and she lifts the end of her, you know, line up, and she sees a crab, and my mother does these things in the fastest order I've ever seen somebody do them. She screams while dropping her fishing pole. She sprints to our van, which we still had at the time, gets into the van, and locks the door. I'm gonna repeat that last part. She got into the vehicle and locked the door, as if this crab was going to follow her at the same speed she was going, and also was somehow capable of opening doors. Dad, who was the person that would normally console her over this matter, was too busy laughing and just... He was doubled over, his face was red, he was just laughing so hard that I thought he was going to fall into the ocean. I was just standing there in awe that my mother could move that fast, and everybody else is like, what happened? Meanwhile, this crab's just sitting there like, this wasn't how I planned my day going. It took a dad about like 10 minutes to get mom out of the car because she got mad at him for laughing at her. Alrighty, you defeat the beast. As it gasps its last breath, it vanishes in a puff. Please spare my life and let me go. I promise I will change my ways. Feeling much more lawful and good already. Fair enough, we'll let him go, but is Grandpa okay? I'm all fine, just release me from these chains. Not sure I'm sold on this. I searched for secret doors and valuable. Whoa. Yeah, you go back down there. roll. For some reason you don't find that secret door in the corner, but you do find lots of snacks. I like popcorn. Bye. Bye. Yay, it's a fight. You see my minions, all I see is more experience points. Alright, we're gonna... that one up... no, I should hit all of them. I made a poor choice there. So, schedule got changed a little, and I don't work Thanksgiving Day, but I work Black Friday. But I'm working Black Friday like the end of the day. So it's like, I think 6 to 10 or something like that. Which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I'm pretty sure my only customers are going to be like all dead tired and just chill. That they're going to have been awake the entire time and super irritable. That's what I'm predicting. I'm going to get one of the two. If I somehow get the combination of both, I'll be concerned, but I'll probably live. What's up here? Stairs. The arc of drama dictates that story should be climaxing pretty much right now, and I will not disappoint you. The theorizing and bring it on already. Enter Mugzoy. Hi! Last we meet, I've been waiting to share you my new story. No yawning. We'll die soon enough after I finished, I promise. Once I was a mere waitress at the tavern, a poor girl struggling to get by. But then, one day, as I was loitering by the edge of the forest, a curious shimmer caught my eye. It was a mushroom. It looked magical, the most beautiful and mysterious thing I'd ever seen. I remember the reference to this character earlier. Devoured it and felt a great power arise within me. I knew I'd become invincible. My days as a waitress were over. As I set to conquer all the realms beyond the village, I brought other village under my dominion. The rest of the world shall follow. Follow me or perish. Ha ha ha! Minions, get them! Oh no, werewolves! They're so big and fuzzy, I want to pet them. I would not do well in a werewolf-themed apocalypse. Like, oh yes, giant puppies, let me pet you while you literally kill me. You know what, this brings back a debate to mind. Because I had a very intense argument with my dad. And by argument, I mean we both were determined that we were the right one. But like, we weren't mad at each other or anything. It was just like, more like, how can you not see the folly of your ways? Clearly I am correct. So, I think if a werewolf attacked you and you panicked and punched it in the throat, because I'm imagining the werewolf's going in teeth first. So like if a werewolf bites your arm and you punch it in the throat with the other arm, I think you can make a run for it. I think there's very few situations in which punching something in the jugular does not assist your cause. Chamber is one of those evil planning rooms you see in quality movies. There are maps and markings on the walls and highly classified papers on the tables. Anything interesting? Like the skeletons that work here? Ah! Really? I thought that would do more. How about that? No? We're out of stuff. Guys, blessing for everyone. Yay! And some life drain for health. Anyways, so the conversation started over whether or not there was a situation in which punching something in the jugular would solve a problem. Which, to be fair, I started the conversation. And Dad insisted the only case that wouldn't work is if it was something like a werewolf. And I still think if you punch a werewolf in the throat, it's gonna be so startled. That's just gonna be like, whoa, they punched me in the throat. What? My, neckish area hurts. What is this? And I think that would stun enough for you to at least have a chance of sprinting. Dad says no. You're boned the second a werewolf even knows you're alive. By the way, these are the things my father and I legitimately argue over. Oh, I should attack that one. Now I'm being lazy. Yay! Now rest while you still have time. After defeating the slim guys, you notice familiar character sheets on the corner table. Yeah, that's my old barbarian character. He was awesome during his Calerian times. What are they doing with all these character sheets? Investigate the plans and realize that Mugzoi is resurrecting old player characters to work in our army. These characters are usually mindless puppets. They are easier to control than regular monsters. Oh, that sheet! That's Grandpa! You're right, that's Sir Fang, his character from back in the 70s. So that's how he arrived here. Nobody had that motive. Oh, Grandpa's a vampire! That was our first trap in this. I'm actually proud of us. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Bye!